So this is an unusual place for me to start in my dressing room rather than at the stables. But today I am off to judge at a horse show. It's my show day outfit, and I thought I would take you along, do a bit of a get ready with me. This is my makeup routine that I generally use before a horse show. I would do this if I was judging or even competing. I like to use a lot of cream products that are going to last throughout the day, and really just go with a nice neutral, natural look that makes you look smart and put together but isn't too distracting or over the top, and is sort of appropriate for a conservative look that you're going to go for at the horse show. A couple of things that are really important to me when I do my makeup for a horse show is that it's going to last nicely throughout the day, and that it has that kind of conservative horse show look that you want to go for. So I quite often start using some sunscreen under my foundation, because obviously at a horse show you don't want to get burnt, you're going to be out in the sun all day. I like to use cream products. I got this tip off Samantha Ravendale, my favourite beauty YouTuber, and she was saying that cream products just last so much better, because when they do wear off they're not going to look patchy or cakey. So I do tend to just do mostly cream products and then finish with a tiny bit of powder at the end. For my hair, I like to use plenty of product, keep the flyaways at bay, and I have a nice wide brimmed hat to keep the sun off my face. So I'm just going to put plenty of product in and do a low ponytail, a nice bun, some clips in the sides to again keep everything nice and neat. When you think you've put in enough product, put in a little bit more, because you know by the end of the day everything's going to be looking kind of wild if you don't tame it at the start of the day. Off to the horse show.
Where are we going?
Wollaston.
I've never been.
So today I am going to judge at a local show. It's actually an off-the-track show, so just for thoroughbreds and standardbreds. And Karen is coming with me to be my lovely penciler, which is actually the most important job of the day.
I'm a very good penciler.
She's a fantastic penciler. So if I ever get asked to judge, one of the conditions is, can I bring Karen as my penciler? So I judge at a few of these local kind of encouragement days. How many shows have I judged at? I reckon probably 10.
You've done a few fashions on the
I've done
field as well.
a few fashions on the field and a few like unofficial show horse days and pony club show days. And how did I get into it? I just sort of got roped into it, basically.
Did you start at the Sparwell shows? Did they ask you?
No, I actually had a friend who is part of one of the local pony clubs, and they had like a closed show, and so they asked me to judge the lead rein ponies. I love doing the lead rein ponies, they're so cute. Lead rein's my favourite. And so yeah, I just went and helped them out, and then our Sparwell organisation asked me to judge one of their breed show days.
And Ash has asked you to judge a few for them.
Yeah, so I've judged a few times at Serpentine, so just kind of unofficial local days, but it's actually fantastic for your own riding and your own show development to do a little bit of judging. And even if you think, oh, I probably don't have enough experience to judge on my own or do that, just penciling is very, very informative. It just really gives you a different kind of perspective on horse shows and what the judge is looking at, and how sometimes the results might not kind of reflect how the judge sees you. I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain, really, isn't it?
What judges are looking for,
and how sometimes the judge might love your animal, but if you just make a few mistakes on the day that weigh more heavily, the judge is going to put perhaps a more consistent
horse over your horse, even though they think your horse is fantastic.
Some mistakes are heavier on your score than others.
Yes.
And some people have different variations of that.
Yeah. So when you judge, you have to really decide what's important to you as a judge. For me, I like a horse that has beautiful manners and looks lovely to ride. So I will always put a horse that is more consistent over perhaps a flashier animal that makes a few more mistakes or is a bit tense, just looks...
They have to be lovely and rideable.
They have to be lovely and rideable. That's the main thing that I look for. I think it's very good for people to help at shows behind the scenes. If you go to horse shows, you should definitely help at a show.
I've helped at the Royal Show
Karen's
for a whole week.
penciled at the Royal Show, which is our biggest show horse event in West Australia.
I did show horse and breed.
Show horse and breed.
And I was lucky enough to do the lead rein, which was a massive eye-opener with 70 riders in one class.
Yeah.
And all the way through to Western.
Yep.
And all of those things. And I actually penciled for the standardbreds before I got involved in them.
Yep. And I think anyone can learn to pencil. It's really it's not an easy job, I wouldn't say, really. You have to be organised.
You have to be.
But it's a skill that anyone can learn to do. You don't have to take on a...
You don't even have to be actively riding.
No, you don't. You don't have to have a horse to pencil for a judge. And that's probably the best way, I would say, of getting a judge's feedback.
It was fantastic.
Because when you're in the ring, it's, a judge can offer you some feedback, but I think as a competitor, it's better to just accept the judge's decision, thank them, and be respectful of their decision.
And a big
if
show
they want
timed as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a time thing, and the judge doesn't know where you are in your training. They don't know whether you've had the horse for 5 years or 2 minutes and you've just jumped on and you've never ridden it before. They're just there to judge what they see on the day in front of them, really.
That's all they can do.
That's all they can do. So, for you it might be the best work that you and that horse have produced today. Or it might be well below your usual standard. So I think really get involved.
Yeah.
Get involved. Do some penciling, and
no club is going to say
no club will say no, don't help us. If you're penciling, then you can say to the judge, why did you make that decision? Why did you place that horse over that horse? And the judge will always have a reason. That's your job as a judge to decide what, the best horse should always win.
Yep.
But
the best horse in their opinion is not always
it's
the best
subjective.
horse in everybody else.
And when you're judging, you have to make a decision in your mind of what you want, what you're looking for, what's important for you, and you have to go with that. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's very tricky.
It really is. And that's the thing. I think people don't appreciate how hard it is to judge, and also how much the judge is rooting for you and wants you to do well. I think it's very easy when you're a competitor to think the judge is just waiting for you to make a mistake, but they're not. They want
you to do it right.
Yeah.
They want you to get better. They want to see the improvement. They want to see that last length trot was better than
anything you've produced all day.
That champion workout is the best one that you've done, and you've improved so much throughout the day.
Yeah.
On point.
As a judge, though, I always find I always like to make a bit of an effort, and Karen has made an effort as well to look really smart, because I know as a competitor how much work goes into getting your horse ready there at the show, under saddle, ready to go. So for me as a judge, it's really important that even if it's an encouragement show or a beginner sort of day, that I look smart, and because it's respectful to the competitors that have put the effort in to come.
And you shouldn't be able to wonder which one your judge is.
Yes, definitely. You should know who your judge is.
You should be able to look.
It's the one in the nice hat.
So I had a chat to Bailey, the organiser of the show that I judged at today. I'm really sorry, the audio's quite bad. We had quite a few spectators behind us, so unfortunately there is a little bit of chatting behind us, but I hope you can sort of understand what we were trying to say, because it's really fantastic that we have people that put shows on like this for our off-the-track racehorses.
Like how you went about putting the day on and why you did it.
Okay, so we're running the event for your average off-the-track horse, your horse that maybe hasn't been off the track for as long, or hasn't had the amount of education, or maybe not a world-beating type show horse. So people just bring them out, get them out, have a good fun day, meet other people with this sort of similar interests.
And so how did you go about choosing the judges?
It was really important choosing the judges for an event like this because you want somebody who understands the breed, that understands taking them from the track into a ridden atmosphere, and that are encouraging and supportive, because a lot of these people might be having their first go.
Yeah, and so someone who really understands where they come from and how much work it's taken just to get them to an encouragement day like today.
That's right, and that's why today too our program's based largely on work. So we've got best educated, a rider, a pleasure hack.
Yeah, so it's not who's got
not always who's just pretty.
Yeah.
It's a horse that somebody may have taken home, you know, and it might have crooked legs or whatever, but they've put the work in and the horse just works beautifully. And you go, I can award that horse because the education is just lovely.
Yeah. So Bailey and I both do a lot of work with our local racing club where we rehome off the track racehorses. So yeah, for me it's really important that these shows get put on as well, because a lot of the horses that I rehome, this is the kind of event that I envision them going to and really enjoying. So thanks for asking me to judge. I'm really
thank you for
accepting. No worries. So we're on our way home. Karen has been an amazing chauffeur, and yeah, day went really well.
It was a good day, lots of different horses out there, different levels of education.
Yeah.
We had a walk trot and walk trot canter.
Yeah, walk trot ring was pretty thin. Not many competitors, but the walk trot canters really good numbers, and a couple of very lovely horses in the ring. Really,
lots of different types. Show jumpers, eventers, show horse.
And again, true to my word, the horse that was most consistent on the day was our winner, eventual winner.
Show jumper.
Yep, and yeah, it was very good. Good to put back into the thoroughbred industry that employs me and supports me. And yeah, Karen was a fantastic penciler as usual, and pretty.
Lots of practice.
Yeah. So yeah, overall it was a good day.
Yeah, good. I think everyone had a good day. There's lots of prizes, rugs, garlands.
Hopefully they all felt encouraged. Tried to give a little bit of feedback where I could,
which I think was really well received.
Yep. So yeah, what's our next show?
I have Serpentine One Day event next weekend.
I've got dressage show
on
the Sunday,
and then we have the dual code
off the track
spectacular. I'm planning on being
Hopefully it's spectacular.
Well, I will be. Probably not.
So yeah, we're taking the boys up on Tuesday to have a little ride at the State Equestrian Centre. Indoors.
They both haven't been indoors before.
Well, Jackson hasn't been anywhere. So.
Good point. George has sort of been indoors. Brooklyn is sort of indoors.
So we're going to vlog that. And yeah. So thank you for watching. It's a bit of a different video. I wasn't sure if anyone would actually be interested, but I just thought this is the sort of thing that Karen and I do on the weekends, and it's definitely horse related. So I thought I would make a little vlog about it, because I think that it seems a little bit more, like it seems more difficult to get into than it actually is.
And it gives you more appreciation.
And it gives you more appreciation that the judges actually wrapped to be there and really excited to watch your horse go round. So just, I hope that if anyone gets anything out of my vlog, it's that the judge is really on your side and wants to be there and wants to have a nice day as much as you do. So I think that's about it, isn't it?
That's about it. Happy showing.
Yeah.
Happy helping.
Happy showing and happy helping. Let me know in the comments if you have ever helped out at a show, at a local show, and if you plan to, maybe from watching this vlog.